All right. Thank you for being here, sir. When you signed up, you said your biggest thing was advertising. The biggest question you had was advertising. So tell me what your problem is.
So I I don't really know if I have too many problems. It's just really I want to try to scale up and be able to purchase more trucks and become bigger in my area. So I'm ranked number 2 on Google whenever you search moving companies, Beaumont, Texas. So I'll probably just have to do a little more SEO work, and then I should be able to pass up the next people. The only thing they got me on is they've been in business for 25 years, 60 years, so forth. But I've been able to keep my 5-star rating. I probably got about 30 to 40 reviews on there. That's doing good. So I guess what I was going to ask you is, I'm pretty sure right now with sort of a slow time, being that it's in the middle of the month and the new year just got done, we were pretty busy all the way through December. So right now I don't really have much on the books, but I see other companies moving around. So I was trying to see how I could be able to try to stay booked, almost every day if possible.
Okay.
Hey, movers and shakers, how you guys doing? I don't know if you know this or not, but did you know that you could actually join my 7-figure moving YouTube group or membership? Yes, if you go to my YouTube page, right here is a join button. By clicking that, you could actually sign up for the membership on YouTube. And there's various perks at various different levels. There's 3 different levels. The first level is just a few bucks. The second level, a little bit more. And the third, well, that's when you really get the membership bonuses and perks that we have available to you. But if you didn't know that, you can actually do that. And there's a lot of people that says, Jay, how can I support you? How can I help you? I get a lot of these comments. Well, if you guys go to the join button and click it, you can actually join my membership and you could be helping me and contributing to the 7-Figure Moving Academy YouTube. So all you have to do, go to 7-Figure Hustler, look for 7-Figure Hustler on YouTube, go down to that page, click the join button, click one of the membership levels, and I'll be seeing you in the group.
Fair enough. That's a common question. The fact, one thing you mentioned is that this is the winter time. So during the winter time, kids are in school. It's colder out, but you're in Texas, right?
Yeah.
What part of Texas?
Houston area.
Houston. Okay, so it can get cold there.
Yeah, this morning is pretty cold this morning.
Yeah, I mean, you can get some snow every once in a while, but of course, it's melted off by 9 a.m.
Yeah.
But but anyway, it's a little cooler. It's colder. People are, the kids are still in school. So you're not getting a lot of activity because most people want to move when their kids are out of school. So that's why in the summertime, it's called the moving season. The biggest thing you need to understand is that that's a common thing. And that happens to every size of moving company, no matter where they're at. I mean, unless you're like down in the subtropics of Texas or the subtropics of Florida, where the weather stays pretty temperate, you're gonna slow down.
Gotcha.
Okay, so that's just number one. So don't fret about that. But let's start with the obvious. You started off with a claim that you're number 2 in the search engine optimization in the area. That could be caused from several different factors. And let me just ask you some of the things. Now, your NAP, your name, address, and phone number, is it consistent through all your social media and other areas that you put your things on? Is that consistent?
Yes.
Okay, so like on Facebook business page, it has the same one as your Twitter, same one as your Yelp, same one as your BBB listing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. All right. So that's good. Now, are you on Google Business, Google My Business?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. And have you been keeping Have you been updating it like a Facebook or Twitter or anything like that?
Yeah, I try to, whenever we do people's moves and stuff, get them to take pictures, post it on there.
Good.
Any type of event that I'm doing in the community. So that's one big difference that I do rather than a lot of these other moving companies out here is I actually get out in the community. We raised over $10,000 to $20,000 in October for breast cancer awareness with a couple of other events. And on January 29th, we're going to this place that's sort of like a Top Golf. It's called 5 Under, and they have a craft beer festival. So we're the headlining sponsor there. We were just on the news with them. We did Facebook Live. So everything that they make is going to have my logo on it. Then we're going to have a truck out there with it wrapped and have some prizes and games for people to play. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. But I'm talking, are you like putting up articles on Google My Business? Are you putting like testimonials up on Google Business? Some like you would do, would you update, are you updating your Google My Business like you're updating Facebook or Twitter?
No, I wouldn't be doing that. So pretty much all I rely on that is just the reviews that the customers do.
Okay, well, you should do more of that. You don't
Okay.
have to do it as often as Facebook or Twitter or anything like that. But like this whole like news thing that you're doing with the golf thing for breast cancer awareness, that should be something that you would put up on your community tab on your Google My Business.
Okay.
Okay. Now, then let's go on to the next thing. So the reason why I say that before we go on to the next item, the reason why I say you should be updating it like that is because Google wants to see activity on your page.
Mm-hmm.
So they want people to be driven to your Google page, right?
Yeah.
It's just like Facebook. Facebook wants you to drive traffic into your page. Twitter wants you to drive traffic into your page.
Mm-hmm.
This is a typical thing. They want people to be driven there and then utilize the business page, basically.
Yeah.
Right. So the more activity that you show to Google's algorithm, that's a positive. So the more activity you show, higher up on the listings you'll go.
Got you.
Okay? Now, I went to your website.
Mm-hmm.
Your website's okay. It's okay. It's not bad. Got good colorization. It's clean. It's neat. It's simple. But there's a couple of things that I would like you to improve.
All right.
All right. You've got your video down on your website, but it's way down at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Good. That's a good thing for you to have. I like that. I like the video, although we could talk about your packing. I cringed when I saw your loading. Yeah, that was not great. There's a term, I know this is an aside, but there's a term that comes to mind. It's called rape and drape, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you put those foam things on the side of a TV, but then you didn't put a blanket on the TV and you didn't put the TV in a box.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I've improved that now. I have boxes that I put those in now. But yeah, that was actually my first move ever.
Really?
Yeah. So
well, it was good that you filmed it and you videoed it and all that. That was awesome. But when you put like a dresser, you put one blanket over the dresser, then plastic wrapped it.
mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, the bottom and the sides were fully exposed.
Yeah.
That's one way to attract damage.
Yeah, I'm on a lot of these Facebook groups and stuff, and I've just sat back and watched people, and I see people get on to people about that. So that's all fixed now. So
okay,
we're a lot better. But yeah, that was my first move ever, and
impressive for your first move, no doubt. For the first move, impressive. I'll give you a one, but I do like the video. Okay, so that was awesome. This is what I'd like you to do if you can. I'd like you to film I'm sure you got some people in your community that have a nice house, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to go shoot some B-roll of the nice family dressed up with their kids and dogs and cats playing around, sipping wine, just being relaxed. And then you're going to intersperse a couple of those B-roll shots of the couple being very happy, very content, very stress-free. And I want you to put like, real quick snippets in that video, right?
Okay.
As you're doing a thing, your video is going to have snippets of the couple being very serene, kids playing, because the sizzle is what you got to sell. You got to sell the result, right? The fact that you're being careful, that you're protecting the equipment, awesome, right? That's great. But then show what the result of the move is, which is showing the couple happy, stress-free, laughing, joking, playing with the kids. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how you can improve that video.
All right.
Another thing I want you to do is take that video once you've improved it, and instead of having the video that you have on the top of it, that's these two people coming in with a box,
Yeah.
which is great, lovely, but that's a man and a woman moving their own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you selling? You're selling that you're going to let the man and the woman move their own boxes? That was the first thing that came to mind. Okay?
Yeah.
So what I want you to do is take your video, and I want you to put your video up in that section. Your video that you have. That's awesome video. Okay? Put that there, and then have that playing in the background with the sound off, right? And the matter of fact, you should probably cut that part where you're talking about your company, because no one's going to hear it anyway if the sound is on. Does that make sense? Not only that, at your website. The end. Yeah, that little part at the end when you're talking about your moving company, that's great for a commercial, but for the website, it's not necessarily needed. Okay, So cut that portion out. I want you to keep the original version of that with you talking at the end, and I'm going to tell you why here in a moment, right? But right now, just cut that portion off, put that on the top of your thing, playing in the background, and then have what you have, the wording on that you have there, okay? Second thing I want you to do is in that area, I want you to take that wording that's right in the middle of the page, and I want you to move it to the left side as you're looking at it, right? As you're looking at your website, move that documentation over to the left side. Because see, people are prone to read left to right. So put it over to the left side, and you'll get a little bit more viewership to it. Then what I want you to do on the right side is I want you to actually put a very simple and easy form that says, get your free moving consultation here, and just have them put their email address with a button. Okay?
One thing that I do notice, because I do have one of those on my site, it's just not as easy accessible like that. Yeah. They do the email, and I'll write them back, and then I never get response. So I know if I get them on this phone, I can sell them. I'm a pretty good salesman. I've did it for multiple years in my life, and I've actually taken a course that's called Bank. And I don't know if you've ever heard of that or not, but it's actually being able to read these people's personalities by just talking to them or seeing them on like Facebook or something, and you can tell what type of personality type they are. And if you can put their stuff together, you're pretty much 95% going to sell them on anything because you know how to speak their language. So I try to use that in all my sales techniques.
Okay, no problem then. Instead, go for a free consultation, enter your phone number here, click button. And then that button, when they click it, calls them automatically.
Gotcha.
I would still ask for the email because I want to email them back. But it says, but when they click the button, it if they're on their phone. But see, some people are not going to be on their phone when they click that button. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get what you want. You want them to call you, but a lot of people, they don't want to talk to you at first.
Yeah.
But you can have a message me, click the button for a free, to get on Messenger or something, right? Whatever you want to do, but you want to capture their email address or their phone number right at the top. That's the first thing you want to do. If they call you, unless you got, you're fast enough to catch the caller ID, you're not collecting any of their information.
Yeah.
Does this make sense?
Mhm.
And then I'll show you how you can improve your email response here in a second.
Okay.
Right? You seem to be a smart guy, so what I'm about to say might come to be like, oh, duh, of course I should have done that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But that's not a problem. But you can also, instead of just their email, maybe capture their email and phone number at the same time, and then have them press it.
Gotcha.
Right? But you want to capture their information. Okay.
Mhm.
But you want that on the left side of where your header, because your header works. It's clean, it's simple, it's bright. I like the colors. You got the red and the blue that pops off the page.
Yeah.
So I like that. That was awesome. Your page is nicely designed. It's clean, it's neat. I'm a big believer, keep it simple. Right? And
Mhm.
your website was clean and it was simple. I liked it. Didn't talk about. Okay. The next thing we're going to approve about is right below that. I want you to get 3 videos of customers, at least 1 minute long to 3 minute long video testimonials. You can still have the Google testimonials from the Google My Business page. That's absolutely okay. But a lot of people, especially these days, are very wary of written testimonials because they're easily faked.
Yeah.
Okay. But by having video testimonials, you're increasing your credibility because you can't fake video testimonials. This is, because
People like to watch stuff too.
Yeah, because people are going to know, oh yeah, he just hired somebody to do that. You could tell when it's the testimonials on a script. You know what I mean? It's scripted testimony. But if somebody's just off the cuff, they're going to see that. You know what I mean? They're going to see the authenticity of it in the video. So try to do that. What I used to do is right after the move, I would ask the couple, hey, how did I do? How was your move today with us? Oh, it was really good, man. You guys did a great job. Great. Can I get you to do a video testimonial and just record it right on your phone? And then you can dump it on, stick it on YouTube, and then take the YouTube video and slap it in thing. Are you using Wix? Or are you using WordPress on your website?
It's called snaps.ai.
Never heard of it.
And then we have Jarvis. You know what that is?
I've heard of it. I don't know what.
So you pretty much type in what you want to say and you hit create or whatever, and then it gives you like a really good professional paragraph of what you're trying to say and what Google will pick up on to rank you better.
Okay, well, I would use that very sparingly because Google likes to slap things like that. So just think, and quite honestly, it takes away from the authenticity because what it's trying to do is keyword stuff and blah, blah, blah. So you don't want to do that.
Got you.
So you can use it, just use it sparingly, right? But you just get those videos up. Take your, if you got, I don't know if Snaps is a drag and drop kind of thing and you can put videos up or whatever.
Yeah. You can just
okay, so it's a lot like Wix and WordPress. Okay. Then right below your little header there, put 3 video testimonials, 4 if you can, but at least 3. Okay. Now, the next thing you need to do is go all the way to the bottom to your website. At the very bottom of your website, you have all these links to all these cities that you operate in. Very good. One problem.
Yeah.
When you click on the links, it goes to a Google Maps page of that place, of that city. Bad. You're driving your customers off your website, which is a bad thing. Once they're off the website, they're gone forever. So bad, very bad. Second, it's going to an off-site page about the city. Very bad. What you need to do is write, and I got a video on this. I don't know if you saw my video, but it talks about doing what's called SEO City Pages, right? I want you to write a 2,000-page article on all the cities and townships around you, giving all the best information that people are looking for, like the best schools in the school district, the crime, the kid activities, any notable celebrities that lived in the city, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And then throughout the pages, definitely before the fold, you want a little header or a little box that says, for free consultation, click here. Right. And then you're going to spread that out like in three or four spots throughout that article. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that way they're constantly reminding while they're reading this very useful article about this city that's on your page. That will increase your SEO tremendously.
So you're saying like in my website, having another thing that says like cities or something.
Yeah.
And so when they click down there on that bottom, it'll just pop them over to that page in my website.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. Right. Because it keeps on one, it keeps you on your website. Two, it improves your SEO.
Okay.
Right. Because now you get this what's called a click-through rate. So when they click the button and they go to that city page, that city page will then be on your website. So now you can see that people are staying on your website. So the more people that stay on your website, Google likes that. So that's going to improve people staying on your website. Okay. Right. And of course, if you have links that says, hey, click now for to contact us here, and they go to a contact page, right? That's another click-through rate. So the longer people are staying on your website, the better you will rank in Google. Here's the second thing. That page alone could rank high for that city if you written it well, if you wrote it well.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'll give you an example. When I had my website up and I had my moving business, I actually wrote an article that says 47 haunted locations in Lansing area. Right. And I wrote 40 different places that's in the Lansing area that are supposed to be haunted known spots.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a big deal, but it drove traffic to my site. You see what I'm saying? I wrote another article. I think it was like 23 unique spots in Lansing, and I talked about various different spots in Lansing. And that article got picked up by several of the local radio stations that linked to that particular page themselves. Right. And there was a couple local magazines that picked up on it and linked to it from their website. So it was a very popular page. Right. And it drove traffic to my website. Were those necessarily people that were looking for my particular service? No, not necessarily. But what it did do is because I got that increased traffic, that traffic was then looked upon by Google, and Google said, hey, this is a popular page. And then because I had a popular page on my website, this is a popular website, which increased my SEO.
Mm-hmm.
Does this make sense?
Gotcha.
So go take a look at that video that I talk about SEO City Pages.
So it's sort of like a blog or something like that.
What's that?
It's sort of like a blog.
Yeah, very much so.
You just have that on there.
You don't have to write them yourself. You could go to Fiverr or something, Upwork or something like that, and hire somebody virtually to write an article, a 2,000 word article, and you can give them the particular things, particular topics that are hot topics that you want them to hit upon, right? Mm-hmm. And then you populate it with pictures and videos if you have them, something like that. Okay. So that will increase your SEO and your advertising. It's not going to happen overnight because SEO never happens overnight. But I guarantee your competition probably may or may not have those SEO pages, but most of them do not.
Yeah, it took me like maybe 2 weeks to go from the bottom all the way up to the top. And you can look at all their websites and they're way worse than mine. It's, so that's how I ended up getting that.
Okay, good. So, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Question.
Whatever else you had to add.
No, so that's what I would suggest in improving your SEO. Your website overall, I would give it a B plus.
Mhm.
Just add those tweaks, fix those tweaks. You should be good to go.
All right. I'll get that done probably today then.
So we're
No
going to end
problem.
off. Hopefully, I'll see you in the academy very soon. Thank you very much for your time. I
Well,
really
thank you,
do
sir.
appreciate it. You have a good year. I want to hear some big things by the end of next year.
Yes, sir, Mr. Burnham. And